Should be recording.
Maybe.
Do you want to start?
Sure, hi.
Good morning.
No, well, kind of. We can't say that. It's now 5 a.m., but it's
still
late morning.
Different setting.
We in the truck.
First time on the road doing one.
First time road pod.
What are we doing?
Strike Force 2025.
So we are on the road, a puppy in the back seat full of all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
And
Weekend away, mom and dad and the pup.
one of our probably favorite weekends away together for the last few
Of the
years.
entire year, yes.
Do
Yes.
you want to give the folks a rundown of what we're about to do for the next 2-3 days?
So some may argue this, but we're going to hang out with like some of our best friends in the whole world. We get to do this once a year, and people from all over the country and sometimes Scotland and Canada and all over, we get together one weekend a year in northwestern Wisconsin to hang out, train dogs, spend time together, laugh our butts off, and just have an amazing time. So everyone travels across the country with their dogs. We have a bunch of different trainings set up, and we go to dinner at night. They have a live band tomorrow. Our friends Kristen and Pete from Texas that we're staying in an Airbnb with, they have a catering company that is an authentic crawfish boil. So they are what we are eating tomorrow night. We did that 2 years ago.
Like legitimately pulling a crawfish boil trailer.
Yeah.
From Texas.
Like huge, what are they? Like a gallon isn't the right word.
Oh,
like what are those huge like 10-gallon bags? What are those things? Remember?
I mean,
they had like mesh bags full of like thousands of crawfish.
Yeah, and then they got they tow the, I guess you could say, the tubs that they do the boil in.
Yeah.
All the way up here. And it's on a trailer, so just kind of a mobile setup because they do it frequently down there. But
yeah,
to circle back, we are and have been a part of the Retriever Roadmap community for
over 3 years.
Since the beginning.
Yeah. Over 3 years for sure. This is our third time coming to the event.
I don't know if they did this whole thing like the first year that the thing, like the community started, because it really wasn't as big. It was just getting going.
I think we attended the first one.
Yeah, but I feel like this is maybe like our fourth year being within. I think so, because if we go back, we tried to do a lot of the training tactics and stuff with Oakley.
With Oakley, you're right.
And then obviously led to, through the years, we were on a list and we're in communication and stuff with Josh and Whitney for prior to it. But then, getting Willow, and it's just kind of a cool, all-encompassed online platform, video formats. I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah, a lot.
And
for the last 3 years, your dog at home.
For the last 3 years now, they do like an annual meetup, which basically is open to any and all members of the community. And I want to say they have members in like 30 plus states. And
I feel like that number may have gone up now.
There'll be people from Maine all the way to, for sure, I mean, Ben's out of Alberta, but Montana, Texas, Oklahoma, a lot kind of throughout the central part.
Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, but just between those.
Oh,
I know they have members as far as like California, but I don't know if anybody makes that kind of a trip out. And somewhat recent this year, they have an app.
Yes.
So everything's within an app now. The community chats, updates, Josh does some live training sessions and Q&As to all kinds of different things that you can basically go in, post updates, post pictures, talk about hunting, talk about what you're doing with your dog, obviously pose questions, the whole thing.
I'm struggling with this. What do you guys do?
Mm-hmm.
I've been working on this for 6 months and I finally nailed it. Everyone cheer for me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of that too.
So yeah, we're 3rd annual New Richmond meetup, and then they actually had one in Missouri one year as well.
I went
which was more 2 years ago now.
Yeah, wow.
Or was it? No,
2 Februarys ago?
No, it would have been last March.
You're right.
Would have been last March because I was in Arkansas. I met up with you.
Yep, me and Willow took the trek down there, and that was really fun too. That was a lot more upland style stuff.
Yeah, that was mostly in the field.
Pheasants.
On live birds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't have live birds here.
This will be much more controlled.
Yeah.
Just your standard training sessions, but typically there's 3 or 4 different groups. You break up 3 or 4 different stations, but then you break up into 3 different groups. You're going to have some puppies. There'll be some young dogs here, which are also super fun and exciting to see.
Yeah.
And then you got your intermediate, which are just kind of from dipping their toes into marks to starting to ease into some blind work. And then obviously your advanced dogs, which are going to be marks are no problem. Blinds are well established, but now we're starting to push into hand signals, casting, whistles.
Fine-tuning everything.
To full seasoned dogs that have every award to your old been there, done that style dogs. You know, there'll be some probably 8, 9, 10-year-old dogs that'll even be running.
Yeah. And this is Willow's first year that she can be in advanced. She'll be in the advanced group and we'll be running some blinds.
Yeah, because last year she wasn't a part of it at all. We just kind of attended.
Nope, she was in training at Riverstone, and I had a couple people ask me like, well, what if you were right there, why didn't you bring her? But it's for health and safety reasons. Honestly, when they're in the kennel and you take them out and expose them to all these different dogs, you don't know unfortunately, you don't know if and any diseases or anything are going to be swapped around. And to bring them back into the kennel and potentially expose all of their dogs that are in for training and their personal dogs to these potential diseases isn't an option. So if you wanted to take your dog out for Strike Force, you were welcome to, but then you had to take them home to quarantine them for a month. And we weren't willing to sacrifice that time in training for 2 days of training and possibly 6 runs. Like, it just wasn't worth it for us. So we left her in the kennel.
Well, let alone
and
at
I'm
the
glad
time.
we did, yeah.
Let alone at the time. She was only like 2 or 3 weeks into advanced last year at the kennel.
Yeah.
And she had some growing pains because you're going from more basic level things to now where we struggle with Willow is there's a lot of marks, and then all of a sudden now when you go into advanced, there is quite literally 0 marks.
Yeah.
It's all blind work. So taking her eyes away completely.
Yeah. They do not throw a single mark in the advanced class. And that's another reason that Josh kind of goes or wants to talk you out of taking her out for Strike Force, because there's going to be so many marks and he's going to have to work backwards again to take those eyes away. I feel like it can cause so many issues when your goal is to not show her any marks, but then the owner wants to take her out and show her marks all day long for 2 days straight and expect her to go back. It makes it so much more difficult on the dogs.
Yeah, a lot of the previous advanced, you would say like advanced style setups that they've done at the event have been like a mixture of both.
Yeah.
So they'll use a thunder launcher, launch a mark, but then as she's en route to that mark, you might whistle stop her and cast her over to a blind, or you send a mark with the thunder launcher, but it turns into a memory and you're going to pull her off of that. You're going to send her to a blind at, a pile. Mm-hmm. She's going to come back with that, and then you're going to send her back on that memory. Mm-hmm. So like there weren't many situations where it was just blind work.
Right.
And I think in order for it to be at all beneficial and not set her back in that situation, I think it would have been she would have had to have been singled out.
Oh, yeah.
Because even to be in like an advanced setting there with like 4 or 5 other dogs, there's maybe a small group, all the other people are going to want to do the whole thing.
Oh, for sure.
So like Willow would have still saw Mark. She would have gotten excited about that. So it was just kind of
it was the right decision for sure.
Especially where she's at now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think where she ended up last year with advanced, I think she needed she needed that time.
And I think she's come a long way. I'm really excited to see how she does this weekend. I think with the extra excitement and the vibe of everything, she's going to be really punchy. I think where she loses like her punch and all of that at home is she's just so sick of training in the park. Like, it's becoming boring to her. And I think this might excite her a little bit.
I don't know if it's so much the setting. I think it's so much of her doing the same thing over and over again.
That's
I think we're just pushing tile work, blinds, and casting, and then we're not doing a ton of mark work with her because it's just super easy for her. But it is also something that's really exciting for her to do. So I don't know. I'm excited for many reasons, but on her front, I don't get to do a whole lot with her. So just to kind of sit back and watch her from the front, that we can just kind of peel back in a sense a little bit. Like, there'll be opportunities for sure to push her, but they're just to let her have fun and not be so strict. I think we're at home, we're so strict. Here's our goal for this training session. Here's what we need to accomplish. To where, like, there's going to be so many new things here, and let's just see what she can do. Yeah. And then at the very least, we're opening up the playbook now to go back home and be like, okay, here's the things that she struggled with. Let's find some settings. Let's find some situations to where that we can push her on this.
Yeah. I talked to Carlos a lot about that. Carlos is a really good friend and a professional trainer from, where is he? Boston. And he is such a great person to have in your corner because he talks so much about like the mindset of the dog and the mindset of the handler.
And heavy obedience.
Yeah. And, I've been talking to him and I said, hey, like, why am I so nervous? Like, we've been working hard. I have a blast with this. This is so much fun. But like, where are these nerves coming from? And
you don't want to fail.
I just want to know that what we've been doing is paying off, and I want it to translate even when there's so many distractions and scents and all this stuff going on. You want to be successful, of course.
100%. We could show up and the wheels could fall off of her and she could be a total shit show.
Yeah, that's my fear.
And then it is, and then in that situation, it's like, okay, well, this isn't the norm for her, but then it's also a reflection on you, on us as trainers, like, okay, she's not prepared for these kind of settings.
Right, for sure. But we never train with all these dogs, stuff.
I'm excited because also, and this year is different. Typically, we use a completely open field setting where Josh and Whitney have a connection local that they use a farm. And this year, with the weather and stuff, they've yet to cut and hay their field, so it's just way too tall and they didn't want to cut it yet. So they actually are hosting this year's event right at the kennel. So I think there's going to be some immediate familiarity to Willow that maybe she'll set in and be okay.
I think
I think going out to that open field setting, she'd be like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Something new, run wild, open up, stretch my legs, do whatever. And so I'm like, I feel like maybe they'll be a little bit more controlled for her, but there's going to be a ton of dogs. There's going to be a ton of distractions.
She spent a lot of time here at the kennel, so she's going to be very familiar with the setups, or like the location at least. She's going to know like it's game on here.
Yeah, I think we should, we'll see what the weather's like when we get over here, maybe we could probably have a little bit of fun with her tonight. I don't think they'd care. And just kind of get her broken in, do some obedience and stuff, and just kind of get her, this is where we're going to be working for the next couple days. Like when we get there, I think you should definitely take her out and do some obedience, do some basic things.
Yeah.
They'll be fine with it as long as there's not a bunch of other dogs and things running around or they're not working with others.
Yeah.
Just to kind of get the setting. Otherwise, pulling her out of their truck right away tomorrow and then throwing her right to the wolves is probably not appropriate.
No, of course. I would never do that. I'll take her for a little walk in the morning.
Yeah, but what I'm getting is people aren't going to have a choice. People are going to show up late tonight or like not going to have that opportunity where we're actually going early because we're going to help set up and do some things. But then also on my front, I'm excited. I was
just going to say, tell the people that you're not necessarily running a dog this weekend.
I'm going to be running some cameras.
Yeah. I'm so excited for you. You're going to do such a good job.
So I just kind of offered my services to, I guess, kind of document the weekend from a social media standpoint to whatever might come of it. Just from a kind of be able to showcase and help promote the weekend, in a sense, make people wish they were there.
Yeah.
to the members who can't make it and are maybe on a little bit of the fence of like, what's it really about? Is it worth the drive? Is it worth the commitment to go out there? Is it, so they just kind of showcase what it's about. And I've always said very early on, it's just the retriever roadmap as a whole, the community is something that I think you initially sign up for something like this and want to go to these kind of things for the reason of your dog.
Yeah.
But I think people underestimate the idea that you're going to come back and you're going to stay and be a part of the community because of the people.
1,000%.
The friendships, the
met
camaraderie, and I think there's an element of that of this style event, like even from my standpoint, if I can truly showcase how much fun and enjoyable it is from a personable standpoint, the conversations you can have, the laughter, the banter, how excited people are for people to, you're going to have dogs here that are going to be thrown into a situation that have never seen any of this stuff, and there's going to be some of them, just like Willow was at 8 months old, completely zero expectations, nothing, and she's killing it.
Yeah.
To honestly one of the most impressive dogs to come out of the weekend, even though she's a puppy, and not overshadowing what like some of the phenomenal dog work there is within the advanced class. Like that Bill will show up with his dogs.
Always stand out.
He's just so lackluster, very unanimated, and his dogs are just like, he doesn't have to say much of anything. Simple whistle blow, just a casual cast over to the left. They're just snappy on it, stepping on everything. It's just like, holy shit.
He stands out for sure.
So there's always that too, but it was like going back to there of like, we had a little 8-month-old pup that we introduced her to bumpers. We've hammered on obedience and like basic level stuff, but never pushed her, and she's out here stepping on 200-yard marks.
Yeah.
To where,
crazy. No
offense, I could see her potentially struggling with something like that now at 2.5 years old.
Yeah.
Just because,
we've added so much to her mind.
Yeah, and there's pressure, and there's, she is a bit more of a timid dog at times, where if she knows she's screwing up, she's like, oh shit.
I was also talking about this too. It's like, in one hand, she's stubborn because it takes a lot for her.
Sure.
And on the other hand, she is so freaking soft that you can barely get after her, and she completely shuts down.
Yeah, because she's like, oh shit, and now I'm a disappointment.
Then she loses like all of her confidence to even run blinds. It's like, oh my gosh, mom's mad at me at her side. This is not good. I'm not going to do it right. And she just kind of like loses her marbles.
She's definitely easing into, I think in the last few months, I've noticed a pretty good stride in maturity. She's still got a ways to go.
Oh, it's definitely happening now. I see it with her too.
But I think that puppiness is starting to fade out of her. I mean, she's still fun and quirky, and there's certain things that are annoying as all hell that'll probably never leave within her temperament and her behavior. But
like jumping in the front seat and spilling your coffee?
This morning I'm trying to be nice, and we just had to drop Avery off, so it was like just a quick little run to go drop Avery off, but your mom wants your vehicle for the weekend, and I just had her in the back, didn't even turn on the street leaving the house, and she full on leaps from the back through the middle seats up front here, spills my coffee, lands on some camera gear, the whole nine. I'm like, I didn't say anything to you. Nothing. So
pain in the ass sometimes.
I mean, she's needy, and there's times she kind of loses her marbles, and it's kind of like that shiny object syndrome of like, oh, what's that? And completely disregards anything we're saying. But she's definitely getting better, and she's come a long ways. And I think I'm excited for Josh firsthand to see it.
I know. I keep saying like,
because
I want Josh to be so proud of her.
That was an issue. I would love Josh to run her. I would love Josh to just take her and see what you think. Where do you think she's at? What do you think we need to really work on and address? Like, and that's a conversation to have on after the weekend.
Josh hasn't really gotten to work with her since she left Advance. It's been all.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, we saw when we come over for a strike team that all of a sudden, like the light switch came on, and she's like, Josh.
Yeah.
Like,
it took her a second. Once she realized who he was, she was happy.
She was on the table doing some hold conditioning stuff, just trying to freshen her up and tighten her up on some things there. And all of a sudden, it was like she had that moment of like clarity of like who this is, and remembered who Josh was. And so I think there'd be a cool moment maybe if he'd want to, or at least there'll be a conversation to be had of like,
There's a lot of good conversations. So
do you think we've progressed with her? Do you think she's, what stands out more now than what it was last year? Because there were some struggles. There was, you know, we're putting her through a full-blown advanced class at what, just over 2 years old. Not even. She was a year and a half old. You know, she was really young for technically to be I mean, there's younger dogs, but there's people that would have held off and not brought her out at all until this summer.
Yes, but Josh explained that, like, that's another year of a dog watching all marks.
Bad habits.
An entire year of them getting used to marks and then having to take their eyes away completely at an older age. Like, you're just giving them that opportunity to be, like, stuck in their ways for a year longer.
And she needed to learn as much as she could as early on as she possibly could.
She's super smart. I mean, I feel like we're not giving her the credit that she deserves.
Oh no, she's definitely progressing. I feel like once we take the time and show her new things, she does catch on relatively quickly, but now it's just
anglebacks. I know that might be simple, like, for the advanced people, but I've only been doing anglebacks with her for a few weeks, and she's got it. She knows what I'm asking her to do.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing. It's purely a hand signal, and there's no vocalization for that.
Mm-hmm.
Where like a back, you're throwing your hand up and saying back. With a left or right, you're using your left or right hands, but you're saying over, to where there's no physical or like verbal reassurance for her to know what she's doing.
Yeah.
Now it's like she's got to rely on her eyes
yep.
and her instinct to do what we're asking. And
yep.
But I mean, I think her whistle's gotten better.
Yeah, much.
You know, you've been hammering on obedience a lot lately.
Yeah, the
little
last
things, and
few
it's like
weeks.
That's something that I think the majority of people, any dog owner, probably underestimates. Of like, you might have an old wise dog, but like that little bit of sloppiness that you run into every now and then. I think the majority of the time it's obedience, but everybody thinks.
Well, that's what Josh is preaching.
I don't need to go back and show him or her how to sit or how to heel or how to hold a bumper right. But it's like, I think just keeping that simple, basic things. And you've been doing a good job getting out in the mornings with her and doing something. And then when we have the opportunity to get out in the afternoon, we can push the obedience to its side, focus on what the task is at hand. Because for a while there, it's like we only have the afternoons to get out. Let's go take an hour, 45 minutes, half hour, whatever we got. But then it's like, well, she's kind of sloppy at the heel, so we need to take the opportunity to work on obedience. But then we're trying to do some blinds, and we're trying to work on doing angle backs, and we're trying to work on her whistle.
I feel like she is a dog, and maybe I am a handler who's like, I need to have one thing to focus on. Maybe that's me too. Her and I combined. Like, I can't be worried about her hold conditioning and her heel and her obedience and her blinds and her whistles. Like, I feel like we need to be focused on one task, and I think that her and I click a lot more when it's like, okay, this is what we're focused on.
Yeah.
I think she's a dog. Well, we know she's a dog that overthinks.
She's a dog that I think can definitely be overwhelmed.
If you give her too much to think about and you overwhelm her, she's done. She's shot.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a bit of a, I guess you could call us a little bit of an amateur in the sense too.
Yeah.
I think if we'd have a conversation with Josh and we'd have a conversation with Lewis, Zach, Carlos, all of them, I think the first thing they would say is if we would break things down and then realize what we're diagnosing now, they're probably gonna be like, you got to trust the process. Because I'm sitting here worried about, like, if we just focus on nothing but hammering on her whistle because she was sloppy for a while, that if we can focus on that for 2 or 3 days and hardly do anything else, that'll just translate. That I feel like we're so focused on, we need to do a little bit of everything so that she remembers, and we're fine tuning, where it's like, I think if we can break it down, okay, she's getting a little bit sloppy at heel. We need to disregard all this. We need to focus on obedience for a while. And then hopefully she's nailing obedience now. Okay, let's go back to doing some pile work that hopefully that obedience just carries over and translate.
For sure.
When she's stepping on all of her blinds, okay, we can push that off a little bit and let's just focus on some casting. That hopefully when we send her in a blind, it's perfect. We don't need to hammer on it anymore. That just allowing things, we can focus on this individual area, and everything eventually will just come together and collide all at the perfect time and at the perfect moment of, like,
well, I mean,
we can throw anything at her.
We're going to talk to a lot of people again this year, because we've heard this conversation 2 years in a row. My dog really got it at 4. My dog really got it at 5. Well, everything started to click at 4.5. That 4th season was it. Like, we have a 2-year-old dog. I think she's phenomenal for being a 2-year-old dog. Like, last season, She was incredible. Like, if we look back at the season in general, she did great.
Yeah,
She
what would
retrieved
she-
every duck we got. She
she'd
did
been-
wonderful.
What?
But it's just,
year
this
and-
is something that you can consistently fine tune for her entire life.
Yeah, but like that, even, I mean, everybody agrees upon it within the community, and you hear it from all the top trainers and
Like,
stuff.
you're never done.
There's no such thing really as a finished dog.
They can always get better. Even Mr. Blaze.
Well, look at Josh.
I love Blaze.
But even look at Josh. You got Clyde, who's what, 10, 12? 11 or 12. You got Brock, who's now pushing, he's got to be around 10.
10.
He's working those dogs. I mean, is he as much as his young dogs, like, you know, like Boris?
No.
You know, like, of course not, because it's just the wear and tear. Like, let's save the joints, let's save, you know, I don't want to wear them out too much, and I don't want them in pain or all of those things, because they get old just like anything else. But like, even those dogs that have been there, done that, tried and true, like, you could probably not touch them all year long if you really wanted to, and work through a few quirks in the season.
Yeah.
It'd probably work. Or because they're at that age and there's a lot more appreciation, you don't know when the last hunt's going to be. You know what? Let's just save him for a season. Whatever he gives us, he gives us.
Yeah.
There's that
Yeah,
opportunity
it's definitely
too,
a different mentality when it gets to that age, but I'm really excited. One thing that I know that we limit Willow on, and this is all on us. This is all on me. I wonder how she's going to handle at 150 yards compared to her 60 that we give her at home.
If she sees a mark, she'll be fine, I think.
Okay, right. But what if there's a 150-yard blind and I have to whistle her at 75? I don't know how she's going to handle that, like, distance. You know what I mean?
Well, we work through it.
Because we've never
we're
done that
going to
far
be
distance.
we're going to be one person on a very long list that they do not have that opportunity until probably like hunting season.
Right? Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are like that.
Yep.
Like, they just don't have the facilities. They don't have the means to do it. They go to a local soccer field or a local little park, or they have a backyard and that's all they got. And they live in a city and they have 20 yards to work.
Yeah.
They have 30 yards at most,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it's like, it's great to challenge Willow at that distance, just from a confidence standpoint for her, a proud moment for us that she's capable. Of course, there's going to be opportunities. We're going to be hunting in some fields and doing things too down the road. But when it comes to 90% of the work that we truly need her to do, we could be totally 100% completely content and satisfied with what she does right now.
Yeah.
Her longest retrieve for where we are at is maybe 60 yards because a bird sails a little bit.
Yeah.
Or we have a cripple that runs or something. But then that's, again, like making sure it's you know, there's a teamwork effort there within specifically hunting. Like, we got to make sure we're making good shots. And if there's a bird that's not fully finished, like, okay, it's cool as all get up to see a dog run out and a bird starts diving and they're swimming around and dipping their
That
face down and
drive.
stuff. But it's like,
Yeah.
is it really, like, why don't we do a better job at making sure our birds are finished? And you know what I mean?
Of course.
But there is opportunities. You have a bird that sails that's still alive and running. I mean, there was opportunities last year. There was a few that I specifically remember. It's like, she's going to struggle out there. She's getting into some deep water. She's 100 yards out there. Let's get her back. I'll go out with the boat and get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that happens with anybody. It's going to
There's
happen.
hunting scenarios like that all the time.
You know, but it is what it is. And I think it's I don't know, the level of a dog and the commitment that we made on purchasing Willow and that caliber of a dog, like, why would you not want to bring her to her fullest potential?
Yeah.
Even if we're going to use it or not. It's fun for us. It's fun for her. But then it's just like knowing that you have that tool. With her, you're bringing a whole toolbox on every single hunt. And what are we going to need to pull out and use today?
Yeah.
A lot of it, perfect case scenario, every single thing that she has to do within a hunt. Like, for us, we have a two-man limit, so we put 12 ducks on the water, and they're all 20-yard blind or 20-yard marks.
Yeah.
It might be the easiest thing that she does all year long.
Yeah.
But why not challenge her? And like, for our training sessions right now, the majority of it's blinds.
Right.
But
there were a lot of times last year, like,
we're putting
we
3,
have
4,
a flock
5.
coming in and we have 4 or 5 on the water and she only saw 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Obviously,
of course,
blind opportunities are going to be there every hunt.
Yeah.
But I am proud of her. I need to go into this weekend. You know me from previous, like, this isn't a competition. This is not a field trial. This is nothing of that nature. This is truly just a fun weekend to work your dog and see where they're at. But you know, like the horses and stuff, I'm a pretty, this feels really harsh. I wish I could find like a softer word, but I'm very low confidence when it comes to this stuff. Like I'm very hesitant and unsure of myself, and
Well,
I don't
think
know what I'm doing. Like that's kind of just how I talk to myself when it came to like the horse thing, and then now the dog thing. I'm feeling those exact same things coming back, and I want to go into this weekend with like confidence. You have a good dog. You love your dog. She's awesome. You guys have been working hard.
Well,
just have fun and see what happens.
Well, I think it's just to have that fun mentality, but then
Yeah.
I think you're just hard on yourself because
I want to do well.
But it's your mentality of planning worst case scenario, and you're like, well, shit, what if the wheels fall off and she doesn't do nothing? Well, that's a direct reflection of me. Now everybody's looking at me like, what the fuck is Brittany doing?
Yeah.
And it's like, no. You know, dogs have their off days. I mean, there's going to be dogs that are going to show up that are probably going to be like, ooh, okay, like, what is this? Because they've never seen it. They've never been in this kind of an atmosphere. Like, if there's 100 people that show up, people have more than one dogs. Like, there could easily be 150 dogs here this weekend.
I know.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot to take in.
That's a lot of scent. That's a lot of...
Yeah, every dog's throwing scent. Then you got to think now also, like, the only probably downside of working at the kennel here is like he's got a full intermediate, full advanced class right now, also doing stuff that are going to be sitting in the kennel, sitting inside, to where, you know, now we're running through different training areas that they've been utilizing throughout, you know, work for the whole summer here. There's a lot. But we'll see. I mean, honestly, it might not be that bad either with scent because of our weather lately. I mean,
it just got dumped on
3 inches of rain, and you know, between yesterday and what's coming yet today, that it might wash out a lot of that. So maybe we'll be okay.
Yeah, I can interrupt with this because it's hunting related. Dawn Lord just messaged me and asked if we lost our duck hunting decoys on 139 this morning because somebody brought a bunch to the bar. And I was like, nope, thank you for checking, but no. Yeah. She said there's quite a few.
Huh.
So I don't know who would have duck decoys in the middle of June, but...
Well, just tell her if nobody...
Tell her if nobody claims.
Yeah, I was going to say, tell her if nobody claims them, we'll come take a look at them and we'd buy them or something maybe. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say we're in June and we're getting excited, you know, for duck season already, but...
Well, this is training time.
Yeah,
this is when you're preparing for it.
Being up here in Wisconsin, you don't have the luxury to, okay, could we put the excuses aside and get out and do something every single day, or do some place board work and hold conditioning in the house and do different things throughout the winter? Sure. But who has the ambition to go outside in 15 below or even 20 degree weather and it's howling at 10, 15 miles an hour? Like, you know, we did some stuff throughout the winter, you know, this year, just because we had some mild conditions and that, but like, it's even hard on Willow.
Yeah.
Her pads are freezing up. She's getting cold. We're freezing. We have a child that we're trying to drag along. So it just, it presents some challenges. And I mean, that's why, I mean, when it comes to even like what Josh and them do, like they don't even take in many clients as far as training throughout winter because it's just hard to do.
Oh yeah. And you know, quite honestly, the last couple weeks have been such extreme heat. Now, the people in Texas are probably laughing at us, but it has been such extreme heat that we're like, we can't go train in the middle of the day when we have an hour. Like, it's 93 degrees out. You're going to absolutely kill these dogs.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
sure,
just, we need to resort
I went to the
water.
lake.
Yeah,
I went to the lake, what was it, a week ago? Something like that. And it was nice to get her in the water. I pulled her off for some land blinds, kept her in the water, kept her cool. And so there are those opportunities. And speaking of water work, I thought I would I don't even know what gave me the idea, but I all of a sudden just posted on Facebook and I'm like, hey, anybody that knows anybody that has a pond that I could use for my dog with training, please let me know. And I should have asked that question years ago because we came up with so many options. And one in particular, I think, is going to be really, really nice. I don't know if I told you this, but I messaged them asking if I could bring the weed whacker and like clean it up a little bit along the edges of the pond. They're like, yeah, do whatever you have to do. And then I'm also going to fog it because obviously mosquitoes are horrid right now. But just being able to have those options to do some more advanced water style training is going to be awesome, because of course we don't want to take her out to our hunting spot all summer long. Like, we do hunt 40 minutes from home.
Yeah, there's some times,
You know, yes, we maybe could a couple times throughout training season, but it's going to be nice to have some other opportunities that you can work on those like true hunting scenarios in the pond.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I can set up decoys, I can bring the poppers, I can do all of the things and make it as real as possible to simulate that hunt.
Yeah, if it's not too deep, you gotta be able to get the decoys back.
Sure, of course, but
like, I think the pond here at the kennels, like, when it's full, it's deep in the middle.
Very deep.
Like, where the decoys are, they probably pull the decoys out when they empty the pond at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like, they probably don't walk out there and get
right.
them. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a probably swap batteries on that. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, and then also
I'm
to be
so
able
excited.
to do some video work.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that. So I'm gonna go meet with Josh today, and then kind of just discuss just his ideas. I got a ton of ideas. I've had ideas.
Your brain is overflowing with them for years.
So when to be honest, like, I have like I don't know, I guess you could say like a vision board that when I decided to go all in on wanting to do this, like, they were one of the companies and brands like on the board to do some stuff for.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, honestly, there's been a few of them kind of come to fruition in the last few weeks. Like, last week had that shoot for Ponzi.
Yep, that was on there.
They were obviously one of them just because they were a huge, important part of my life for shit. I mean, I guess if you include my dad's career working in the woods since the mid 90s all the way, I mean, until he passed away, but then me personally being outside of through family and kind of sitting in on those meetings, but kind of letting dad do the talking in a sense.
Yeah.
Early on when I was working with him, got to a professional level thing for me to, be in business with them and because of them. And just even like having that conversation. So I went and did a customer review kind of a story, documentary style deal, just quick little 2.5, 3 minute video, speaking with a customer of theirs that, just talking about their experience and what they think and how long of a customer they've been. And the customer I went and showcased has been a very long time customer and one of the bigger logging outfits within Wisconsin. I think he said that they're up to like 60 employees right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they've been since early 2000s been a customer for them. So to kind of obviously mingle back in the community is really cool. I mean, it was kind of a surreal experience for me to show up on a logging site and realize that, to be honest, it was a little bit newer, but the machines that I was showcasing were the identical machines that I had for a very long time.
Yeah.
My very first machine I bought was a Scorpion, and that's what I got to showcase on top of a Buffalo that was, the forwarder that was quite literally identical to what I had. Like almost the same, I think it was the same exact year.
That's crazy.
So it was kind of cool and just surreal to sit back and realize that was my office. And, now I'm back in the woods still doing work, but now looking through a different set of glass. It's kind of cool.
That is so cool.
So it was obviously a lot of fun. I think it turned out pretty good. I got the first, I know that, I don't know, this is kind of a cool and topic, I guess, as well, but over-delivering on projects. So the request was basically just go do an interview with the owner of the business, showcase the equipment, his experience, what he thinks of the company, how his relationship is, how it's been, talk about different things and what he thinks of the equipment, or the direction the industry is going, just everything as a whole. But then it's like, okay, he brought his forester with, so I want to talk to him from a forester standpoint and how it relates to bidding jobs, working on jobs, different conditions, how adaptable the machines are, and then obviously pulled the operator out of the machine and what's your experience as an operator. So what the request was like one video is easily going to turn into two, and then I'll probably do some cool like B-roll-y kind of more trendy style pieces just on equipment. But just again, you get your foot in the door with different brands and opportunities. It's like, why not take the chance and go the extra mile for them right away? Set the standard, showcase what you can do. I know you only asked for this, but I feel like there was so much more, so I did this for you.
Yeah.
And not even ask for any more money, or just have that conversation, be like, hey, here's the original delivers, but I also did this, you know, if it's okay, because I did do a little bit more, whatever, you can have that conversation. And most of the time people are like, well, holy crap, we didn't expect that. Like, yeah, like how much more do you want?
Yeah.
And just be gracious about it. But then I think it just opens an opportunity to do more. I mean, I did that. I honestly do that with the majority of shoots.
Yeah.
Or even like treating this weekend, like I'm coming over here to volunteer my time.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I'm not asking for anything, just because the community is really cool. We always have a really good time. You've kind of taken over the workload with Willow, so it gives me something else to do, occupy my time. Mm-hmm. But then also something else I truly love to do.
Yeah, you've wanted to film for them for a really, really long time.
Obviously,
and you and Josh are going to have more conversations than just like this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, that's the goal of it, and we've had conversations, and he, you know, there's been proposals and stuff exchanged of just content throughout the rest of the summer, and we'll see where things go to hopefully lead into like hunting season would be awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's one of those things of. There's always that interesting topic and conversation when it comes to like even doing free work. And this is like a perfect example. Like, should you do free work? You know what your value is. You know what you should be doing. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do free work when there's paid work out there to be had? And it's like...
Because of the opportunities that it can open.
But it's also, I mean, I will 100% go do free work if it gives me a cool experience. And then if it... just something that I could be passionate about and it gives me a really cool experience. But then two, to like, just here's an opportunity to prove my worth, prove what I can do, and it's going to open a door.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of run and chase with it. And then, you know, you kind of reap the rewards on the back end of it. And I'm also headed in that direction. And I think we talked about it last time of if I can consume myself and have clients like this basically on retainer, that I can schedule out a half a dozen shoots or how many ever shoots you want a month, that I know I'm going to have that consistent income, and I have 3-4 other clients that are like that I'm not completely overwhelmed every single month, but I know I have that consistency is just going to open up more opportunities to do like passion projects, things that I truly want to do.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't make any money.
Right.
But I can just have the opportunity to go do some short films and do different things that I want to do and just put it out there. Start a YouTube channel on that stuff. Upgrade and be more personal with my personal content and things that we want to do. And
yeah,
because that's the struggle of that freelance side of things, of working for pennies at times just to stay busy and to have money coming in, especially early on when I was just into it. It's like, take whatever work you can do. Some months you have all the opportunities in the world to have as much time as you want devoted to yourself, and then there's other opportunities your head's spinning because you don't know what you need to do first.
Yeah.
So there's a fine line there to where, you know, will I always have an element of being freelance? Yeah, you could say that, but I think I'm getting to a point now where I have them regular content or regular clients. You know, I'm going to be doing a boatload of stuff with Dave with the Hunter.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you. He actually just sent me a teaser for the first film. It'd be the first show of the Canada trip.
Oh.
So really cool. And then we got an approved proposal to do a bunch of content. He got Zeiss on board, Zeiss Optics, for the show, and they want to do a bunch of content and kind of let him be the more personable person behind the scenes to be able to help talk about and showcase some of their products.
Yeah.
Just from a more broad, not so nerdy scientific standpoint of here's what our scope is and what it does and how to use it. It's just a
user.
I'm an Oklahoma boy and I just love to hunt and I want good products and here's why I chose them and here's the dumbed down version of how to mount a scope and just that basic level content that they can put out on their YouTube channel and different things, and then obviously to incorporate into the show. But just that relatable content of, does somebody want to hop on and watch a YouTube video that's 40 minutes long and it's talking about right down to the scientific detail of what kind of an aluminum alloy they use to make the scope, and there's the type of glass and how many prisms are in it and how many mirrors, and
God.
when it's just like, no, give me a 5-second dumbed down version of why is my scope not set up properly? Why can I not zero this properly? Like, okay, I'm having trouble mounting it. And do I have the wrong parts? Like, what am I trying to do here?
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of cool. So I have that coming up. I'll be down in Oklahoma next month at some point. And I know we're trying to line out to probably do a spot and stock access deer hunt. And I think if things continue I think we hit it off really, really well on that Canada trip, that I'll probably have a pretty decent workload this fall. Probably a lot of, potentially depending on what kind of tags he pulls, some big game stuff, which would be super cool.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's a big whitetail guy.
Mm-hmm.
So be a lot of tree stand stuff, but be kind of cool. Get into doing more of that. And again, just having that cool, fun experience projects and clientele that I know are going to be consistent and make some pretty decent money on that front, that it's like, you get to that point where there's that comfortability where I know, honestly, just having one client on a consistent basis like that is like paying our bills.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, whatever else I have is reinvest and putting money away and focus on doing this more and growing this. And because we've been very inconsistent lately, just because of, again, being busy.
Life, travel,
life,
yeah.
Different things that just pop up last minute, and all of a sudden it's like, shit, we didn't record this week. All right, we'll try to get to it next week. And then all of a sudden I'm overflowed with work, and,
Yep.
by the time we sit down and record, and then I sit down and go through and edit everything, like it easily can consume, the majority of a day.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just, I don't know, getting back to a level of consistency. I think obviously when I'm like, shit, why don't we just take the wireless mics, use the 360, we'll just record on the way. We got a few hour run home.
I think it's perfect, yeah. So what are we, like 3.5, maybe?
Yeah, so it's like,
4?
why don't we, like I said, why don't we try to occupy this drive in a more productive manner?
Yeah.
So I think this will present us some cool opportunities. I mean, I'm even thinking when it comes to fall, like quick little, even if it's just like a little 40 second banger, and sometimes if it's just audio only, opening day.
Yeah.
We're headed out to hunt this morning.
Oh yeah.
Like we could start the recording in the truck on the way there. We can set up. And
obviously
then,
talk on the
so
hunt.
like, yeah, well, I'm even thinking like opening morning, we're sitting there for 3 hours, nobody steals our spot. All right, instead of sitting here twiddling our thumbs and damn near passing out, going back to sleep, like, why don't we let's have a conversation. Let's podcast. We're in the blind. It's dark out. You're not going to see anything, so we're just doing an audio only.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. And we could do more. We could showcase more of the content video side of things when it comes to, trying to do more reels, because we need to get back to doing that too. We've been very non-existent on socials with this.
Yeah. I can kind of go ahead and just grab the YouTube and cut down some shorts myself and post them, but
I can show you how to use that software that I've been using, because I can set it that it'll auto uploads. Anytime I post this to YouTube, it'll automatically upload it there.
Yeah.
And then you can just access it probably even on your iPad.
Yeah, just log in on there.
And log in and go through it, and I can show you how to edit and do that kind of stuff. I mean, it would be a tremendous help on my front, because that was, like I said, by the time I would edit a full episode, thumbnail, titles, descriptions, uploading to YouTube, uploading to the hosting platform for audio, and then to try to do clips, like you want to try to do enough clips that you have enough for every day during the week.
And that was our original goal.
So, and then because, it's just a day and age, but it's also a useful tool. Like, this is a perfect example of using an AI asset that you can upload the full length episode to a software, and it'll automatically go through and basically pull out all these little snippets. You can adjust your time frame, how long you want it, how you want it formatted, but there are a lot of times it's not perfect. So you still need to go in, listen to every single one. It's like, okay, shit, because it doesn't know better, it just cut off part of the talking point, like its specific important part. So it's like, okay, we need to adjust the time on it. Or it's like, that's a good point, but it's too long. Let's trim that down. Oh, the format, I don't like the format. Need to change the format. So it's like, it did take a lot of time. So it easily consume a full day doing a single podcast.
Yeah, which is why we're not, we haven't even done the clips, because I think we're just worried about like, let's record, let's get it edited, and let's get it up. And that's as far as it goes right now.
But it's obviously when we're trying to grow a brand, trying to grow a podcast, I think it is important in today's age.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there. I think it's, but then like me, to try to take a full day or an entire day aside from what I got going, and I was like, okay, I had 3 turkey films to put together. I had a bunch of content to do for the Canada trip. I got a bunch of real estate stuff I'm doing. Okay, I went to lacrosse. I had a bunch of fishing stuff to do. Okay, I got a bunch of photos I got to edit. We went and did the brand shoot.
Yeah.
Brand shoot with Bluebird. There's a bunch of deliverables to do there. There's photos to do. There's, and then I was trying to do some personable content when I had the time, which I'm like, we've been doing a ton of fishing, and honestly, there's a bunch of fishing stuff that I recorded that I haven't done anything with because I haven't had the time.
I know.
I add Ponzi shoot to the thing, and it's like trying to get the bulk of that done before leading into this weekend, knowing I'm going to have a ton of stuff to do after this editing. Yeah. I have, 6 houses to shoot Monday, Tuesday next week, so I know I'm going to have a bunch of stuff because some of them are asking for a real quick turnaround.
Of course.
Which is, it's real estate. There's always urgency because, like Amy got a hold of me this morning. The one house that I was supposed to go shoot, like that really nice one in Rylander, they decided last minute not to sell now. They don't want to move.
Okay.
They said, okay, that one's off the book. But she had a new one that popped up, so let's go do that one. Okay, great. A couple of them are going to want video content. So it's, outside of just going shooting photos, throwing the drone up and taking a few photos and editing those are pretty easy I can get back, edit those out and have them back to them in a couple hours.
Yeah.
But now if I add in having to do a full-blown real estate video shoot on top of it, that really adds to my workload.
Yeah.
And then it's because there's urgency with the real estate stuff, you're kind of pushing off certain things. So it's just trying to delegate.
You're navigating your stress.
Yeah, but it's also like knowing real estate can be a really good filler, but it can be so inconsistent. And all of a sudden you have a huge workload that all of a sudden it just floods in and everybody wants everything done. And it's just like, okay, that's great. It's extra money. Like, I love it. But it's also like, if things keep trending in the way it keeps going, like, I'm probably going to tell some of these guys, like, here's the deal. Like, I'll help you find somebody else or something, but like unless if it can be like in real estate, just inconsistent. That if it gets to a point where it's interfering so much with my other work, it's like, how can I'm pushing off one thing to it's just hard. And real estate, to be honest, is not enjoyable to do.
Did you see that?
What?
Sorry, there's a billboard with a wanted guy from here.
Oh, somebody they're searching for someone?
Yes.
Go figure. I don't know. I mean, honestly, getting going, and I had a piece of advice for anybody that's wanting to get into expanding more commercial style work, photography, videography stuff, like dip your toes into real estate. There's always work to be had out there, and honestly, a lot of the agents are pretty cheap, and they're going to go with the cheapest route that they possibly can, which sucks because I absolutely hate it. It's an easy thing to get into as far as learning the ropes of how to actually use a camera. It's a lot of tripod stuff, but you need to really know how to manually adjust and set a camera. And then obviously video work. I mean, if you have yourself go get yourself a decent gimbal and doing these home walkthroughs, there can be some pretty decent money. And if you're in a good area, it can be really consistent.
Yeah, it could. I mean, I think last year it was really consistent for a while for you.
Oh, last summer it was, I wouldn't say my primary source of income, but was making enough to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And then everything else I was doing was, just a benefit.
Okay.
Yes, we're back. New battery, fresh recording. On our way. I think I don't know. Should probably get the address for our little Airbnb.
I kind of know where we're going.
Okay. But
we got a little Airbnb with Kristen and Pete and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we got? What is that, 5
And if anybody else needs a place to bunk, we got room.
Yeah. I told a couple people that. Our host is super nice. She's like, let me know if you need to add anyone. I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah, well, of course. I mean, we've ran into situations in the past, I think, with when I've stayed in some where they were really weird about adding people. and then they want to like
Add $300 for one person.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well, the house is already used. Like, sure, you're gonna have to maybe clean a little bit of an extra room, but like, why is it?
Yeah.
So it's always been strange, but
So
yeah, she was super nice.
I feel like she was pretty generous because we added another person and another dog, and she's like, would it be okay with you if I charged an extra $50 for that room and dog cleaning? And we're like, yeah, no problem. Like, we'll easily pay that, you know? And of course the max says like, whatever it is, 8, but it is just be respectful. I think this happens a lot where they're like, oh, I'll put 2 people because it's cheaper and then bring the whole family of 6 or 7. And
yeah,
I do think that these hosts have kind of figured that out.
Yeah, but I don't know. It'll be nice instead of.
We've always stayed at the hotel, at the Best Western. Was
nice. So I enjoyed it last year because I would go and use the gyms in the morning before leaving. So I kind of miss that side of things. But outside of that, it is so much nicer to have the kitchen, even though we might not really use it.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can stock the fridge, keep things cold. We're not living out of a cooler all weekend. You're buying ice a couple times a day because it's so freaking hot normally for this weekend.
Yeah.
That it is much nicer on that front. And even when I've been gone on some of these bigger shoots for like a week, we've been getting Airbnbs and it's so much more convenient. Because you can run the Walmart or you can run to a grocery store and you can get some basic foods and cover your basic needs. Like I would go buy some chicken and rice and just be able to still eat good on the road. Otherwise, you're forced to go eat out every night.
Yeah.
If you're living out of a hotel, you're ordering food and it's just like you're getting what's easy and convenient, and then you're just completely neglecting your body.
Yeah. Speaking of like wanting to eat healthy on the road, I want to eat at that protein house again this time.
We gotta
Was
go
that
to
Hudson?
Yeah.
Well, we're staying right near Hudson. It's really not that far. But yeah, that food is really good. I don't know that we're going to have an opportunity to eat it though. Because every night we're going to be out to eat somewhere. On the banquet and the catering.
We could probably go and run in if we wanted to now and get lunch.
What did I get? Like a steak salad last time. It was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So good. You can eat healthy on the road, especially when you stay in the Airbnbs. You can cook as healthy as you want to, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. You can, if I were to be prepared, I mean, I think you could bring some basic necessities with that you would save some money as well. Like, why not bring a little bottle of like oil and some seasonings and different things that way? Because otherwise you're buying that shit too.
Well, and
some places are stocked.
I was just going to say.
Some of the Airbnbs are really good where they're stocked. Or I think people are generous as well. Of like people who have previously stayed there and went and did some grocery stuff. And they're like, well, I'm not going to need it, I guess, at home. I'll just leave it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been people that have...
What the heck?
What?
Larson Stevens K. is calling me. That's a weird name.
Yeah. Let him leave a message. If it's important.
Yeah, hopefully my voicemail isn't full. I get so many of them every day that
mine's nonstop.
Oh my god.
I just had one too. But that one like automatically like ignored it. So it must have detected as a spam.
And so I thought I was the only one getting these type of voicemails, but it's like, you're pre-approved for this loan offer of $140,000.
Oh, yeah.
Please call us back to confirm, blah, blah, blah. And I mentioned this to like a bunch of clients this week, and they're like, they keep giving me loan offers. And I'm like, okay, it's not just me.
I get them every day. Literally every single day. You're pre-approved for $45,000.
Between me and my client, Carly, we got like, what did we get? Like 10 or 11 spam calls in her appointment time. We were getting them at the same time, just consistently back and forth. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
That's stupid.
But usually it pops up different than that. That was like an actual name.
No, if it's important, I'll leave a message.
Or text me.
Yeah, I guess it could have been a client.
Yeah. Oh shit, speaking of client. Whoops.
What?
I just remembered I had a voicemail from a client wanting to get in with me, and I did not return her call.
Should probably do that. But
I think I just deleted it. Whoops. Anyway, back to the show. I'm excited to train our puppy. I'm excited to see our friends.
yeah, I honestly a little bit more excited about just hanging out and having
Me
a good
too.
time.
That's what I posted on Instagram. I'm like, is it really about the dogs this weekend, or is it more about all of our friends? Because we have such a good time.
I mean, of course, there's a lot of people that come because of the dog, and that's about
Of
it.
course.
Just new opportunity and stuff. But there's, I don't know, just the element to be able to mingle within the community. And there is a bad name out there for some of these hunt tests, and it is not that.
No, that's why I'm trying to paint the picture that this is completely different. This is not a hunt test. This is not a competition.
Everybody's excited for everybody.
Like,
People
if you
achieve
have
milestones. You got people cheering and hugging
That's what I was
and
just
clapping.
gonna say.
And
like, there's tears every year, happy tears. Everyone's hugging each other. I'm so proud of you. Look at how far you've come since last year. And that's something that I told Whitney is like my favorite part of the entire weekend is seeing these same dogs come back. And I'm like, holy crap, you did great with her this year. Or look at how far he's come. You struggled with this last year. Do you remember that? That same number is calling me back. Well, I'm on a podcast, not answering it.
Yeah, leave a message, please.
Yes. But yeah, that's my favorite part of the weekend is just the people, the friendships. I was telling Dad, I was trying to explain all of this to Dad, and I'm like, Dad, tell me any other event that you can go to and literally walk around and talk to 100 people and get along with every single person. Like, there's no bad eggs. Everyone's friendly. Everybody wants to talk. They're there to mingle. They want to talk about their dog, how their season was, how bad things went. I mean, everybody wants to talk about something in some form. And
well, there's a common element. Everybody that's there in some fashion is into bird hunting.
is connected. Yeah, we all enjoy the same thing.
So that alone, so you can talk hunting, but then everybody obviously has a dog, so you can talk dogs, you can talk training, you can talk anything that way, and even the dogs. I mean, by and large, the most popular dog that'll be here will be a lab.
I was going to say, I think it's like 98% lab. Was there like a golden or something mixed in last year?
Address too. We're at it.
I think
I'm gonna have to take an exit here.
it
soon.
was a client. Okay.
That's a cute little car.
Please hold. 45 minutes, babe.
Do I have to turn here though, towards Eau Claire? Or stay on 94.
It appears that you are going to stay straight.
Huh?
Stay straight.
Okay.
For about 16 miles, continue straight.
Oh.
What
I was
were we
wondering
saying?
why.
Oh boy,
I'm like, why is my truck?
that's not good. I hope that happened when your phone fell.
Yeah. It just
You were in four-wheel drive
I've
going down
been
the freeway at 70.
been just noticing it. I'm like, why are my front tires humming like that? Did I like lose a chunk of tread or something? And bit of a shit show when I had to swap batteries and the battery flung out of the camera and hit my phone and knocked it off its mount, and then that must have bumped my four-wheel drive switch and put it in a four-wheel drive. So now that makes sense. I'm glad I caught it early. Anyways, yeah, I'm excited.
The client is from Las Vegas, Nevada, wanting to get in on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Good luck.
So this is like the joy of owning your own business is like, actually, how about like Tuesday or Wednesday in August?
See, the problem is I can guarantee you that's somebody here from the races.
I know it is. I know it is. But, and those are the people that honestly I usually squeeze in.
Because they're going to pay.
Because they're going to pay. It's a 1 or 2 time thing. Just help them out, get the extra cash, and go on with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, super excited. I know I have like ADD today, but super excited for the weekend.
The dinner Saturday night, it's always a really good time.
That is so much fun. So they have it hosted at like a barn event center.
Boutique little thing in there.
There was. I think that's gone.
Is it?
Yes, she kind of got rid of that. She did like a whole sale online to get rid of everything. But you can rent the barn for events. So they have like the banquet dinner there. They have a ton of raffles, a ton of games. Like there was silent auctions last year. And of course, there's a full bar. And our very good friend Nate is the head chef for the Minnesota Vikings, and he is catering for us or cooking for us.
He did last year too, and it was
Yep.
like phenomenal.
And
we
he's
talked
cooking for
about
us
that.
at the banquet dinner, so I'm like super excited. Even though I'm really good friends with Jamie, she's not spilling the beans on what he's making. She's covering up everything.
I'm sure that's Nate's the request.
Yes, like he wants it to be a big surprise, and you're gonna film him like plating and doing some stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be really cool.
Yeah,
'cause
I don't
he's
know.
trying to grow his brand.
I'll talk to see if, because last year he brought his Traegers and everything right to the event and did like finish the meat and everything there, and was curious if he's doing that same thing or not. It'd be cool to capture some of that. Otherwise, yeah, he can like walk me through what he made and what he's preparing and gonna present, and then we can do some cool plating stuff if he wants to put something, if he actually wants to put like a professional plate together, it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Of the meal and how he would prefer it to look.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it'll be dinner style. It'll be just throw a scoop on a plate kind of thing, so it'll all be messy, but could do some cool stuff that way. And then, yeah, I mean,
We've won, what was that one year that they hosted it at
the other
brewery?
place. Yeah, we
The
walked out there
place
with
that sells kids vodka orange juice.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing to say in here.
Okay, a little bit of a backstory.
We don't need to talk about it.
I have to clarify
No, I will
now.
definitely edit that out.
Why? We
Because
don't.
that is not something that you want to talk about.
It is a funny story.
It's not funny.
Why? They're okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like
well,
there's like a borderline lawsuit.
in case you want to keep this in there, a friend took her kids there and ordered them orange juice for breakfast, and it came back vodka orange juice.
They got a screwdriver.
And they didn't know it until the kid was acting a little silly.
Enough of that.
So when we did it there, my point was when they had it at the other place, we were like feeling bad because we were winning so much. We bought so many raffle tickets. We won coolers and Onyx subscriptions and bowls and t-shirts, and like we were winning so much, and they were like getting sick of calling our names.
Well, if you buy a couple $100 in raffle tickets, you should probably win something.
I know, but we won a lot of stuff. They have great prizes every year. Lucky Duck Kennels,
But yeah,
e-collars,
a lot of the brands that they work with,
Yukonuba,
they all
coupons,
don't donate typically to it.
Turtle Box,
And then they obviously go out of their way and purchase things too,
Yeti cups.
and kind of go above and beyond to be able to give back. And
In
then,
about 10 miles, take exit 68 to
Okay.
merge onto I-94 west towards St. Paul.
got it. So yeah, it's always a really good event. I mean, so Ben will show up from, I don't know, but like in years past, Ben has donated a hunt. Pete they donated a hunt last year as
Yep.
well, because he's got
Who won that?
Bo won the one
I don't
for
remember if he ever did that.
Bo won the one for Texas, which he did go, and then
Amy.
nope, Luke won last year
Oh.
for
This
Alberta.
coming year?
No, I think he won it last year, so he probably went this last fall, or maybe he didn't yet. I don't know, but I
Because
know,
Amy's
That was 2
won
years ago
2
then.
years ago, but she used it this last
yeah,
season.
they finally went up. So it'd be nice to
Luke is a really nice guy.
There's
too.
a lot of people within the community that give back as well, which is like another thing, like for me. So like Nate donates his time. I'm sure like Josh and Whitney cover the food expenses on things, but like to prep the food and do all of that kind of stuff, I'm going to basically donating my time and services to be able to showcase the weekend's events.
I'm just thinking about this now because that's how my brain works. But like, you could have got some metal prints done for the raffles,
Yeah, maybe next year.
like some of your waterfowl prints and stuff. I think people would really like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just ordered some for next weekend for our 4th of July with the fire department. We have a big banquet coming up.
I know. I just never even thought about this banquet. This would be really cool.
Yeah, but maybe it's something I
Get
can
some
try to. I
waterfowl
know
pictures.
Josh is more video focused, I think, of what he's wanting me to do probably this weekend, but I could try to carry my camera around and take some photos that I could, I guess, find ways to. It'd be tough because nobody wants to buy somebody
No.
else's dogs.
Right. That's why I think it has to be waterfowl focused
Sure.
or like outdoor based.
Sure, yeah. Yeah,
But-
that's something I could talk about. Because I do have some pretty solid photos out that I could do that stuff for, but then obviously, as the more content I do, I'm hoping to get into being able to do a lot more waterfall stuff this year, that I can have more content and photos like that, that I can do that kind of stuff. I mean, I was supposed to, but so last episode we talked about that I was probably going to go to Canada for the fall, and I no longer am, which I'm bummed about, but not so bummed about, because I was losing my duck season in order to do that, so I'll still be able to be around for our season, which is good. But
Super happy for him.
yeah, Ben had a different opportunity arise kind of out of the blue that basically took the funds that he was going to provide to me and reinvested it into growing his business in a much better direction. So
Always
it was
support that.
a no-brainer for him, and I'm not at all upset or mad about it. But
You would have done the same thing. And
I'm going to try to work something out that maybe me and you can go up there for a few days or a week towards the end of season, when things start winding down for him. But it would present a really cool opportunity to do something that we've never really done before, and just go hang out and have some fun. And basically, hopefully, if things would go right, just in exchange, I'll go up there and shoot a bunch of content and take photos and stuff over there, kind of a thing for him. And then for one, to showcase what I could do if he wants me to come up next season, or a little bit here, a little bit there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm excited it'll be nice to be able to still have my season, because I was a little bit more bummed about that. Not being
Man,
able to
I
do
was
that.
trying to figure out, like, how the hell am I going to make this work with, like, single mom in it while you're gone, plus wanting to hunt as much as I normally do. Like,
I would have just, I don't know, you could have planned some weekends, but like have Jamie and Whit come over.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Things like that. You
Yeah.
could still get out and show the girls around, and just you guys get out and do it on a hunt kind of a thing. But
Yeah, no, I'm fully capable. I was just thinking about, like, how to
yeah, it's tough.
how to juggle it all.
It'd be tough for you to want to go alone.
I would, but, like,
yeah, I know you
I
would have,
don't
but I don't think you
want-
wouldn't have enjoyed it as much.
I'd probably choose, like, a couple of real easy, close spots to home, just set up quick.
Yeah.
That's what I would have ended up doing. Like, I don't know how much I would have gone all the way in the back by myself in the morning with all the stumps. And, like, yes, I can, but I just don't think that I would have much.
Yeah, we'll see this year. I mean, we've gotten a ton of rain, so hopefully our water levels maintain. It'll be a little bit easier navigating some of those places.
Yeah.
I mean, some of our typical spots that we sat and hunted 2 years ago, the last, like, we couldn't at all get to this past year.
No.
The entire season, the water was down that low. So
Yeah, that was crazy. What was it? 2 years ago, we hunted this one consistent spot, and this year it was a mud flat all year round.
mhm.
That was nuts.
Yeah, maybe there was an opportunity late season to get in there, but yeah,
I don't know. Safely, I'm not sure for Willow.
yeah.
It
I
would have
guess
been
on
real
that thing.
shallow and mucky and yuck.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit shitty, but there was a hard bottom there, because I could walk around.
Oh yeah, I do
So-
remember that now.
Which honestly, parts of where we were last year was nice for me to be able to walk around and pick up decoys and do that kind of stuff, where, like, water conditions that they are right now, I don't think I would be able to.
No.
I bet it's a foot higher at least compared to where
Crazy.
we ended season last year.
Yeah.
But we need it. We just hope that we get some decently consistent rainfall throughout the rest of summer, because we did have a pretty wet spring last year, but then we had a super dry summer and it didn't make a difference.
No.
So I think we're easing into June, July now, that we're having some pretty consistent rain. I think if it'll hold, I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
Like, if we can have a pretty wet July, even if we have somewhat of a dry August, I think we'll be good to start out season because October comes around and it always gets pretty wet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm excited to have you home this fall. It's just been our thing.
but we still I know we talked about it last year, we still need to find time, because we didn't last weekend. We wanted to get out and do a little bit of a close to home travel with Avery, and we didn't.
Mm-mm.
With the weather, we had a good chunk of rain last weekend too.
Yeah.
So, and now with the 4th next weekend, maybe the following weekend, we can get out and do a little something, because I'd still like to put something together and throw that idea at some different brands. And because I'm not going to Canada in exchange, basically now, I'll definitely have time for a Lake of the Woods trip in August.
With who?
Well, hopefully it'll work out that you can come with.
Me.
But that'll
Make
be
it work.
a muskie focus trip.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Lake of the Woods, like walleyes in my brain.
For sure, walleye, smallmouth,
Smallmouth,
are
yeah.
great fishing there
I had
too.
no
but
idea. Why is John Hoyer coming?
For muskie?
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I thought walleye and smallmouth
Well,
right
of
away because
course.
he's going to be there.
Of course, but I think it'll be go out in the mornings and hit the majors for muskie, and then if we want to hang out, we can do like a shore lunch and stuff and focus on catching some walleye for dinner kind of a thing. We'll probably end up eating fish every single day, but
Hey, you got to turn in a mile, just so you know.
But yeah, no, it is a muskie focus trip.
Sweet.
Exit 68 to merge onto I-90.
Sweet. I did not know.
So the entirety of the trip, I think Mike wants to go out for like maybe 10 days in total, but I said I don't probably need to be there for that long and probably just hit the really good days.
Holy smokes.
So there will be a new moon is the big focus on there. So even if like me and you just go up for like maybe 4 or 5 days, hit the really good stretch.
Yeah.
Because I know he's bringing his wife and he doesn't want it to be a work focused trip either.
Okay.
So, but obviously to go up
Use the
there,
right
like,
lane to take exit 68.
why wouldn't we obviously shoot content and do stuff?
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be a cool trip because I've never been up there.
Me either.
I was on Vermilion last year. Didn't really have any luck, but otherwise, I don't know. There's a lot of.
I can't believe this
Lot of
road
stuff.
trip went this fast. We're like almost there, and I feel like we just left.
Well, we've been talking for the last probably hour and a half. So.
Crazy.
Yeah.
25 miles.
So, do we want to find somewhere to grab food right away?
Well, I have to pee.
Yeah.
So, sure.
Okay. I guess, do we want to go into Hudson and do what we want there, or get food and stock up the house, drop everything we need off, and then go to the kennel?
We sure
Or do we do that after or dinner? I feel like if we have time, we might as well do it now. Go get dinner with everybody, and then we can just get back to the house.
can. Okay.
So we could grab some lunch here, hit a Walmart or stuff for groceries, unload everything at the
By
house.
the time we do that, it'll be between 2 and 3 when we can meet with Josh. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we will do another one after our fun weekend away.
Mm-hmm. Something a little bit different, but I think this is, I don't know. We do find ourselves on the road often, and I mean, you just said it made our drive go a lot quicker.
Yeah. Usually it feels pretty long, but this was really nice.
Yeah. But we can wrap it up because we'll be there.
Wrap it up.
Be there
Willow,
pretty soon.
run hard. Listen to your mom.
Have fun.
Have fun.
You have fun.
I will have fun with my girls,
Yeah.
but I really want to have fun with Willow too.
Well, we will.
I'm excited.
So we'll have opportunity to do some water work at this one
I know.
with it being at the kennel. So that'll be nice. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to. So it might be a little bit more difficult to get a bunch of work in on the pond, but that's okay.
Yeah, he
We
did
do
say
we
water
can-
work takes so long, but
Well, when we have an opportunity to do water work, really whenever we want at home. So,
yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah, gosh.
This energy drink, carbonated and making me burp.
Mm.
But good, solid,
Okay,
ready?
Good and solid.
Okay. Until
Everyone have
the next time,
a wonderful week.
do the whole thing of like, subscribe, share, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Do that.
We're not good at pitching ourselves.
No, we also don't have an intro, so
We need
welcome
to
to
do
the
that.
Trophy Life Pod.
Yeah, I mentioned that, and I have it written up of how I want to do an intro and then do a cool edit to start out each show to be consistent. So, if not this one, for sure the next one.
Whoa, you're calling yourself out.
Well, I should have time, and I feel like if we just sit down and we record the audio, I have footage for days that I can put together a cool little fun, interactive, here's our life in a nutshell intro
Yeah.
to be consistent leading into it. And yeah, something that we can update and change regularly with fresh footage. And if we want to say anything different, be just kind of a cool little personable way to do things. I know I
Yeah.
went through a little stint there for a while of just kind of throwing a recent edit on the front end, leading into each show. But like you said earlier, it's been a bit of a different lifestyle change lately of just being so busy that it's just like, okay, we just got to get them recorded, put together, and put up, and not really
Yep.
devoting any extra time to it. So, anyways,
All right.
good.
Until next time.
Love you.
Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.